going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Blood Brothers podcast. Your boy Enoch got my brother James in the building.
Yo.
Y'all know how we like to do it before we get going. Let's just bow our head and thank the Lord. Our Father in heaven, thank you for this day. Thank you for this moment. Use us right now. Have your way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Talk to the people, brother.
Our mission will always remain the same. Empowering men to become leaders in society under God's law. Consequently, men, women, other children will understand the foundations of a real man. Shouts out to God.
Yes, sir. And it's looking like it's guest month because we got another guest for y'all.
Okay.
So we wanted to give y'all, a single male's perspective.
A single male.
So this is going to be interesting. So look out for this episode. It's going to be very interesting. This is the Blood Brothers podcast. Let's go. Back to the Blood Brothers podcast. We got another guest in the building, Mr. Fade. What's going on, brother?
What's good, my brother? How you feeling?
We here, man. Appreciate you coming to the show.
No problem.
So we got a single male. 37 years old. No, I'm joking. 31. No kids.
No kids.
Okay.
Come out.
Nah, that's true. No kids, no crazy exes.
No baby mama drama.
No baby mama drama. Just somebody who was smart through his decision making. You know what I mean? Before reality hits, we want to talk to him and see what is his perspective on being a single man in society,
especially in this time.
Ooh.
It's a different time. It's a different time right now.
It's definitely a different breed. Let's start off with this. First of all, let's start off with your type, right? Like so let's see. We know there's the chocolate caramel, thick skin. What's your cup of tea?
My cup of tea. My number one preference is the caramelicious.
Oh my gosh! Here we go.
But I'm not opposed to chocolate, dark chocolate, light skin.
Okay.
Okay. So basically you have no type.
Nah, I do. Looks wise. I just don't I'm not dating a white woman, to be honest with you.
Okay. I mean, that's respectable.
Keep it a buck.
All right. So all right, with that, we talking long hair, short hair.
The Bible say the woman's hair is her glory. So I like long hair. Run my fingers through their hair. You feel me?
God. All right. So long hair. What about body structure? We like them slim.
I like yams and mac and cheese, so she got to be healthy, thick.
Okay, so healthy, thick. What kind of work ethic we talking? We talking about healthy because some girls they be healthy on the thick side, but that don't necessarily mean they're fit. So what are we talking about here?
I mean, I could get her in the gym. That's nothing. That's not a requirement.
Okay,
it's a plus though.
Okay, all right. So next, let's talk about personality then. So what's let's go to your top 3 character traits for your potential future girlfriend, wife,
Intelligent.
Okay.
Sense of humor.
Okay.
Third one, debatable.
Give us one.
Or love God.
Okay. All right. So let's go over those 3. Okay. So you said intelligent. What type of intelligence we talking about? Because obviously you might have a woman that considers herself intelligent because she's book smart, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're street.
Oh, it's a combination.
Okay.
Book smart and street smarts.
Okay.
I need a little both.
All right. So when you say book smart, we talking about PhD, masters, or is it just more of a business mind frame? Like what type of education we talking about?
Oh, business mind frame.
Okay.
Okay. So what you're saying is you pretty much want a woman that's going to challenge you.
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
All right. So we got that part. Next, that was intelligence. You said next was what?
Oh, sense of humor.
Sense of humor. Okay. So what type of sense of humor you looking for? Because I mean, it's a little, people are a little sensitive out here. So.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
That's true. I'm a comedian. I'm a clown. So I like to joke around a lot, as y'all already know. So she can't be uptight.
Okay.
Hold on? What's considered uptight? Because I mean,
for me, everything is serious.
Okay.
As far anything, like,
okay,
she could put an outfit on. I could make a joke about how it's fitting her, and then she goes crazy.
You'll take it serious.
Yeah, like you can't be.
Well, all right. So you ain't married. So let me give you some heads up now. No matter how jokingly a woman is, you do not play with how her clothes looks on her. That's not even nothing to play with. I don't care how much of a clown she is. You do not play with that. That's touchy waters. You got to be really smart on how you go about that.
You know what, too? Because women, they so meticulous about when they get dressed. Think about how long it takes them. Imagine they take a whole hour some change to get dressed. And you like, yo, your back fat sticking out. She like,
no. You can't play like that. You can't play like that. You should be like, yo, babe, you know what? That other thing you just bought the other day, I think you should wear that instead. It'll look way better right now.
That's what you would say.
Things you gotta say.
Oh, you would say something like that. You say,
yeah, that's why something I would say. Like, yo, what about the So she'd be like, how about looking this? I like that, but didn't you just buy those new jeans? Why don't you wear those? Those look fit better for where we going right now. I think you should try it on. Let me see how it look.
I mean, I never had a problem with it thus far.
Well, making fun of how they dress.
Yeah, like we getting ready to go out together.
I
know how to dress a woman, so
all right. But you saying you want a strong woman, so when you get that woman that's like, who you talking to?
Actually, I'm not changing nothing.
I feel like I know how to finesse my words to where she's gonna take it constructively.
Okay.
All right. So the last one, she gotta love God. What's that mean to you?
Mm-hmm.
I love God. So more specifically, because of the principles and morals I uphold myself to, we have to be on the same page in that category. So she got to know, in conversation, you'll get to know the specifics about that. But for the foundation of it, it got to be where biblically you got to line up.
Okay, so my question would be then, now let's just say shorty's fire, right? Checked off all of those good, attributes, right? But that one check right there isn't fulfilled to your standard. Then what happens? Is that a
yeah? How do you handle that?
If she has an open mind, some conversation, I mention certain things, and she's open to it to understand it.
Okay,
and then I break it down for her. That's cool.
Okay,
I could bring her to God. I don't mind doing that.
Okay, so here's the thing that I think. I mean, me and Enoch, obviously, we didn't run into it per se. Well, Enoch more than me. I ran into it a little bit. Yeah. My wife wasn't. It's not that she wasn't open to God, but she didn't understand how valuable that relationship was.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when you say bring her to God, or what would be something that you would do? Let me just see if it lines up. But what was something that you would do to help bridge the gap between belief and not belief, or that relationship?
As we converse, well, one, her lifestyle, I'm gonna know off rip certain things she entertain, if she's even mentally capable to have that conversation with me.
Okay.
Like if she's out in the club every night.
What about once a week?
You hanging out with your friends, going to a nice lounge, upscale, mature. That's cool.
Okay.
I do that.
All right. So,
but if you at the strip joint Wednesday through Saturday, you gotta be outside. Nah.
Those are red flags.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's her though. So what would you do to help bring, because let's say, look,
what is your role?
Yeah, because I'm gonna say this, right? A girl, you could get her and she could be doing all that stuff, right? She could be doing her thing, but she living a single lifestyle. Like why should I stop because you tell me it's good? Like, how do you show her a different lifestyle? Get into that nitty gritty.
It can't be just at some point. It can't be just conversation.
Facts. It can't be conversation from the beginning. I mean, in the beginning,
conversation. Then she gonna see how I'm moving. Like I'm not out there outside, and the type of we're looking for a relationship. We on the same page in that aspect. it's certain things you're gonna compromise or give up because a mature woman in her 30s, I believe, will have that mentality where, okay, in a relationship, I'm not doing these things. I'm not gonna be out here grinding on every man 3-4 nights a week.
What about just one guy a week though? And it's not true. Like she just want to be out with her friends.
Yeah. Cause you gotta think about it, like that's realistic in where we live right now.
No, that's
like,
right.
yo, I'm just going out, I'm just hanging out with my friends. We go to the club, do a little bit of dancing. I ain't out there wilding.
I'm just chilling. I'm just doing my thing. That's it.
And these girls, they dance on each other just in their section. Like I'm not opposed to it.
All right. So basically what you're saying is if she has a prior lifestyle that you don't agree with, you're gonna try to what's the best? I don't want to say control, but
manipulate.
Really, I feel like with a certain level of maturity, she'll already have a mind where, okay, I'm pursuing this relationship, pursuing this man, and certain things is going to dwindle off.
Oh, she's more open to those changes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not me coming in saying, "Oh, that's dead. It's over now." It's just you already know. Because I feel like if I have to come and do that, and you don't want to give it up at all, then obviously there's nothing much more we could talk about.
Okay. So let's say this. You say the mindset, right? All right. I like that. So here we go. Now let's just say right now in our current climate, there's a lot of young ladies. I'll say, what's your age range? Let's talk about your age range real quick. What's your age range?
For me to date?
Yeah.
I say 27 and up.
27 to what?
To what? 45.
25. Hey, if that's what you're into, it is what it is.
I'll say I'll cap it at 40.
So 20, you said 27?
Yeah, 27 to 40.
27 to 40. All right. So currently, we're operating in a town where social media is king to some people.
Facts. That's
right.
A fact.
Everything is for the likes. Everything is for the attention. Everything is for that next like. So how are you gonna navigate through that process? Because I mean, luckily we're done.
Yeah,
like we're good.
Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful.
we don't have to do that. But for the people who are like you that are single, how are you gonna navigate through this social media driven society when it's coming down to picking a woman that you want to be serious with?
It's tough.
It hasn't been an obstacle. I feel like I haven't recognized it as an obstacle. You're taking pictures, videos, you're on the gram a lot. Long as it's not a hindrance as far as your attention towards the relationship, I don't mind it.
Okay. So you're not consumed by it.
Right.
Okay, so then
depending on, because she might have a job where she has to interact with social media on the daily. That's not a problem for me.
Okay.
But if that's not the case and you're on a daily, I mean, I still don't mind, like I said, as long as it's not interfering with your attention and commitment to the relationship.
Okay, is there a limit on pictures? Like, are we like bathing suit pictures okay? Like, what would be deemed acceptable?
Bathing suit, you on the beach on vacation, I don't mind. But if you straight thotting on the ground, can't do that.
Well, all right, cool.
She's single, like certain things, but going forward, like I said, she has to have a certain level of maturity to where she know I'm in a relationship. I'm not going to be out here disrespecting me.
Okay. All right. So I like that. So then let's talk about your deal breakers, because I mean,
cigarette smoking.
Oh, he knew off the rip. He like, oh no, it's quiet for that.
All right, so she can't be a bogey. She can't like bogeys.
Yeah.
What about a weed smoker? A lot of girls out here, they get busy with the weed. So like,
I used to smoke weed. I'm not opposed to weed.
All right, so shorty, right now, you get her, and she like, yo, I'm trying to roll up. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna say?
She already in that lifestyle, so I don't smoke.
So, but it's okay for her to smoke, but you not to smoke.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel
he is capping right now. I'm not even.
I've been there with a girl roll up. She smoking. We chilling. summertime at the cookout. Have my drink in my hand. I'm good.
So you telling me?
I feel like over time it's going to dwindle down.
Hold on a second. You think that habitual weed smoker over time?
Oh, you talking about like she smoked out?
Nah, not smoked out. She is smoking.
Like that's her regular routine.
That's the routine. I roll up. You know what I mean? I do what I do, and you coming into the equation. Like this, what I do.
Be honest with you, I had a situation with a girl. She was a daily weed smoker. Conversation about God, her spirituality, and whatnot. And over time, it dwindled to where it was just here and there. So since I've seen it done, I'm not.
Okay, so that's not a deal breaker. It's like, yo, I seen it done. I didn't experience that. So
it's only a deal breaker if she fiended out. Where she going crazy if she can't have, if she ain't got an hour, she hasn't smoked in the last hour. When it controls you, like if it's controlling her, then yeah, it's a deal breaker.
All right, so you saying if she smoke weed, it's cool. All right, I hope yo, you getting checks on these, right?
Yeah,
because I know women over here like, oh, okay,
oh yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this: would you accepting that? Do you want your kids to smoke? Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't want them to.
Okay, so you're accepting that from a woman, but you're saying you don't want your kids to do that. How do you think that's going to translate over?
Oh, by the time the kids come into the equation, it's going to be a different scenario. I believe. Like I said, as long as it doesn't control her, and the conversation, introducing to God, building a relationship, that intimacy with God, her spirituality, taking it serious over time, she'll even agree with me on that.
So your thing is basically go through the process with her so that when you get to that point where, so like, are you dating for marriage or are you dating just to figure out what you, I mean, at this point right now?
Well, at this point now, yeah, I'm dating with the potential for marriage. I'm not dating.
So you will go through that process with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could respect that. I wouldn't go through that process, but I respect the fact that he wouldn't do that.
It's 2020. Like it's a little different now. So certain things I have patience with.
Yeah, that was I ain't gonna lie. Smoking, that was a deal breaker for me. What else?
Yeah, me too.
Clubbing was
he never smoked weed, so it's a little different.
Nah, that's true. I never.
He was always opposed to it. So I can understand.
Yeah, me
that's
too.
True.
So
yeah,
I feel like I can't really be opposed to it since I was there.
Nah, I feel you on that. I feel because I can't speak from her experience or nobody's experience because I never did it. Like people,
that's
like,
true.
I never. You wanna know what made me not smoke weed? The fact that people used to lick the L and then
like I couldn't.
I don't even like drinking on people. So when I see
I couldn't do it.
I'm like absolutely not. You know what I mean?
But that's still important to the fact that that was a deal breaker. But at the end of the day, you didn't compromise what that was because that will always be in the back of your mind. Just imagine you found somebody like, yo, she got everything I want, but it's just that one thing. And then now you with her and then you long term, you're like, dang, man, I could have nipped this in the bud from before, but now I'm stuck with it and it bothers me.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't ever want to compromise something that's a deal breaker because everything else is, oh, she bad. Like she got it. And then later on, you just with her, you be like, dang, son, like this is killing me.
Let me ask you, yo, E, so now that you said that, you think like what's your percentage? Because I mean I know my percentage was 80-20, right? I really live by that. Like I could deal with the 20%, but it really depends on what the 20% is.
Yeah.
Like what's your split?
It's pretty much the same. It's like,
okay,
but that 20 though is what can I deal with? Is it in that 20? If it's something that I can't deal with that's in that 20, then nah.
Okay. So
that 20 has to be a specific 20 to where it's like, yo, this it may bother me, but in deal breaker. That may bother me, but we could get through that. But if it's something that's in that 20 where it's like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get you. I think it. All right, so we got cigarettes is a no, weed is a yes. All right, what's another deal breaker? He don't think about marriage much.
No, he don't think about bro. No, listen.
You know what it is? Is certain things you don't really. I haven't encountered to where off rip. Or I feel like certainly I haven't encountered that early. Like when we first start talking, certainly you don't find out till maybe 2, 3, 8 months in. If it's not something she can't live without. Like it's a must for her. It's controlling her.
Okay.
But do you think like even offer it before you even get there, you should have automatically these things that I'm on alert for, so that when it does come, it's like, oh, I peep it. Because if you go off, I'm gonna see what's up, and then if something pop up that I don't mess with, then it's like, all right, yeah. But if you can't identify it in the beginning, that could be a hindrance later on.
I agree with you 1,000%. What it is, I didn't even think about this yet. But okay, for example, profanity, using profanity.
Mm-hmm.
If she curses, it's not a deal breaker. But if it's at the point where every other word is a curse, you really have not much of vocabulary, then it's clipped.
Okay.
So wordplay would be
Yeah,
you gotta be able to articulate yourself. All right, so let me ask you this then, if that's the case. So you're 31, single, no kids. How often are you thinking about even being in a relationship?
Ever since the shutdown happened, every other day.
It's a struggle, ain't it?
Yeah.
So not for us, my boy. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm chilling. I ain't feel nothing from it. I've been chilling.
Y'all good.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, are you on the? I don't want to say you on the hunt, but like, are you?
I'm on the prowl.
Nah, prowling and like, let me say the best way to say.
Looking for your wife.
Are you looking for your wife? Or are you looking for some companionship? Because a lot of people looking for companionship.
I'm looking for my wife. I'm looking for my wife.
Okay, so what are the? Let's say your wife is watching right now. How are you gonna identify that, right? Because all right, so we asking him questions about his future, whatever, whoever she is, and it's almost like he got like a delayed thought process to it.
Like, I didn't really think about these questions ahead of time. Y'all hitting me.
Nah, you need to know that beforehand.
No, I know, but it's like on the spot. I wasn't thinking about this today.
All right,
or these questions specifically.
The reason I say that is because when I saw my wife now, I knew. I looked. I was like, okay, yep, that's it.
On first sight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew.
But how did you know if you didn't really know her?
Because I already had my picture of what I see in a wife. So
I'm saying as far as the habits she has, how did you know? If you
all I need was one conversation. So literally, all I had was one conversation. I was like, yeah.
It depends how deep your conversation is in the beginning.
Like we had real conversation, but at the same time, after we had that real conversation, ended up picking her up. It was a 3-hour drive.
I told you,
really
got drove to Boston. He was balling.
Yeah. I did a 3-hour drive, and that confirmed it. But I knew before that drive though.
How long was you together with her for that 3-hour drive?
It was me and her in the car.
No, I'm saying before that. At what point, like I was told?
Oh, that same week that I met her.
You drove 3 hours for her?
Yeah. She was at my cousin's graduation in Boston. So I met her. Let's say that Monday. I don't know. I remember the exact day. I met her that Monday. We was all day at the crib. We was all just talking. So I was talking to her. I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. So then she was like, yo, that Friday she's going to my cousin's graduation 3 hours away. She had no ride home. It was like, yo, would you be able to come pick her up? I was like, yo, whatever, I'll do it. Because I already had that light, like, yo, she's the one. But then on that 3-hour drive from picking her up, that's when it was confirmed, like, yep, she is the one.
Oh, so for you, it was love at first sight.
Basically.
Everything. Okay.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. You on your own tonight. It wasn't love for a second for me. I had a little.
Yeah, you did.
I remember that.
I had to go through a little bit, to get what I needed to get. But
yeah, you a little different. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, for real.
The second time, 3 hours.
Yeah, I knew. I just knew, bro.
There's like subconsciously you have like these expectations of who you or how you want your wife to be. Yeah. Well, I think what Fabi's saying, it's gonna take some time to actually see if those expectations are fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? That type of thought process. And I mean, I don't blame you because, all right. So how do you feel about living with your spouse before y'all, before y'all get married? I mean, I got two opinions on it. I did it both ways. So
I'm not 100% opposed to it.
Yeah.
I feel like if y'all moving together and y'all already on the mind frame and y'all had a conversation about marriage, being with each other for the rest of your life, I'm not opposed to it. But if it's just y'all just mad, just a little chemistry, depending on her situation or whatever, we just start living together. That's you're not even on that that thought process. I'm not doing that.
So what's the time frame then? What's the time frame before y'all can actually move in and be with each other?
There's no time frame on it. I just feel at that point where our conversation, we're both on the same page as far as I could do this forever.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna tell you this. I lived with women before, right? And I feel like that's the best way to put it. It's not. There's a lot of good things that come out of it because you learn the person so much. Yeah. But the problem with that is that if you live with somebody before marriage, it's easier to leave when things get hard. And I think that's the main concept behind but then you could also look at it like, hey, but you learning them. So, you know what I mean? That type of thought where I'm getting to know her better. But at the same time, it's like, if you're married, you know for a fact that we talk about this all the time, like you're locked in for life. So certain arguments, certain things like that would have been detrimental to a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. When you're married, it's more like, all right, I'm just going in the den, going to the room, and I'm chilling. Yeah. And we'll talk about this tomorrow, or we'll talk about this later. Compared to when you're just in a boyfriend and girlfriend type scenario. Now you're in a situation where it's like, man, I'm out. I'm going back to my mom's, or I'm going to my man's house, or whatever you want to say. So it's definitely I feel like it's a double-edged sword. If I could do it again, I probably wouldn't live with the person, because I feel like what it does, it exposes you to too many things too early. And what happens is it's a lot of those things you can't recover from without a covenant.
And you might hold that to somebody else, thinking that's what's going to happen if I'm moving with her. That's why I'm kind of opposed to it, because it's like you're almost having a test run before the actual commitment. It's like a test commitment. Let me see if, all right, so now I can fully commit. So now it's like, is it really true commitment? Because it's like, I tested it out to see, like, can I live with her? All right, that's cool. All right, so now I'm going to go marry her. That's true. Is that real true commitment?
I hear you. I feel like for me personally, if we generalized, I'm not 100. I'm 50-50. I'm not opposed to it. But for me personally, my mindset, if I'm going to move in with the girl, like we get a spot together, I'm basically there with now. I'm just surprising her with a ring soon. Like I already know moving in, this is because
you're gonna propose.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my future.
Okay. So what do you think about engagement compared to being boyfriend and girlfriend compared to being married, though? Because even if you say I'm marrying her, right, and I'm gonna give her a ring, to us rings just mean I'm partly committed.
It's a promise ring, basically.
it's I'm giving you the lifelong promise ring. That's right. So how would you finagle that situation? Because another thing too, like Chelsea said on the last thing, right? You get guys who say like, yo, I live a certain lifestyle, meaning like, let's say I follow God's principle. You're not really supposed to be living with nobody. You're not supposed to be having sex with nobody. So how would you actually balance the two? Because now if you tell your woman like, okay, I'm living a certain life, I love God, this and that, or you give her the rundown, but then you're willing to live with her, she might look at you like, what type of life you really telling me about right now?
That's a fact.
It depends on what we're doing before we live together.
Okay, so
what does that mean?
If there's no sex involved, then it's been like that. Let's say you've been together for a year. I'm not going to just overnight, I move in with you and now we sexing on a daily.
Okay. So you saying you could live with her and not have sex with her?
I'll be honest. If we not having sex at all, I'm not moving in unless we married.
Okay. So
and that's why it's important to save it for marriage.
I was about to get to it.
Here we go. I agree with you in that. I'm gonna raise my kids. Yo, Not until marriage.
Facts.
Because I didn't go that route. It's a little more intricate.
Yeah. All right,
pursuing the whole marriage thing.
So how you feel about waiting to marriage to have sex?
Well, I'm not opposed to it.
Okay, so,
but I'm not opposed to it because if it's aligned with God, the word of God. Mm-hmm. Now, if she just wants, I'm not doing it no more, just cause. nah.
So hold on. So you telling me? hold on.
It has to make sense. It has to make sense.
Hold on. Say that again, because I'm a little confused.
It has to make sense. It has to. I feel like any female right now in society that's going to say, I'm saving myself to marriage.
Okay.
She has a relationship with God.
Okay, that's not true, but I'll take it for what it is.
I'm not saying it's the absolute truth, but I feel like at this point right now, you could have those females that they sold their royal oats, so now they're like, nah, I'm chilling. I'm waiting to marriage. But there's a root of it. At some point in time, something mentally is triggering her head where she felt like the right thing to do was just to chill out and wait to her man come along, her husband come along.
Okay. So I guess the next question would be, what is the process then? Because, all right, so right now you're pursuing or you're looking date to get married. Now, is sex in the equation or is it not in the equation? Like, how do you go about this? Because I'm not gonna front. Me and my wife, we had sex before we got married. Mm-hmm. And granted, I knew I should have waited, but I didn't listen. But we ended up working.
Yeah.
We did, but I should have waited, right? Yeah. But I did. I'm gonna be honest. Mentally, I was there for marriage, which made it a lot easier for me to commit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Commit quickly. But at the end, I still should have waited. So you have an opportunity to right that wrong. So how are you gonna go about that? Because it's gonna be hard to, tell a woman, hey, I'm trying to be with you, and I'm not trying to bust it down. So
that's a fact.
Initially, like I said, I'm not going to pursue that. Like, if we're together, I'm not going to pursue sex. And then I feel like at some point,
are you going to deny it?
Excuse me?
Are you going to deny it?
Exactly. I was about to say that.
I'll say yes.
It's good to talk about it, but you're really going to live it.
I say yes because I feel like there's going to be a conversation before it happens to where, because either we're going to be out, we could be kissing, or it could lead to it, but be in the car, so I'm driving, the next step. I know where it's going. I've been there before, so I already know. So a conversation will happen to see where her mentality is at.
So what about if she throws it at you? That's what we're saying. Like, y'all dating, and she like, what's up? Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
It's not easy, bro. I've been there.
Exactly.
I've been there.
It's not easy.
It's not. I've been there.
It's not easy.
But why is it not easy?
For me,
I gotta let you go. Why is it not easy?
It wasn't easy for me because that was the only thing. That was the only part of love that we couldn't express.
Oh, you talking about with Kayla?
Yeah, with Kayla. Because
no.
We're not talking about Kayla. Y'all are married.
Are you talking about just in general?
Yeah, because he's a single man, so we have to talk about from that perspective.
Because so even in that, because if you building with someone, you really love them, there's just certain hormones in your body that wants to be fulfilled through them. So I can understand why you would say it's hard, but it is possible to say no and be like, yo, babe, we got a bigger mission here. Like, let's make it to the end because this is what we want to do. This is what the example we want to lead. But at the same time, I get it. Like, you horny. You like, oh, bro, it's hard. She throwing it at me. Like, what do you want me to do? But you have to be disciplined to say, no, we're not doing it.
But like I was saying, the conversation, I feel like, is going to happen beforehand, prior to. So that in the moment, heat of the moment, things start escalating. I could say, oh, we got to chill.
Yeah.
And she's not going to feel no way because she's on the same type time. If you're just talking about For her, she's like, oh nah, Fab is the one. And she just throw it at me. Oh man. And she valid too? That's crazy.
So basically you saying you want to save it for marriage, but if
Right.
you're in a situation where she's throwing at you, you might switch on that. Essentially, that's what you're saying.
Before I answer that, I throw another dynamic in there.
Okay.
Like I had a friend of mine, he was celibate for 3 years until he met his wife. So keeping that in mind, I feel like if I haven't been getting no action, it's been a long period of time, it's going to be easy. Then it's easy just to say no off the rip, like it doesn't even matter. Because you built up the self discipline for it. But because me personally, it hasn't been that long ago. I'm working on it.
You're right, because that's how it was easier for me to say no, because I had already went a year with Kayla before we had sex. So it was like when she was saying like she wants to, it was easy to be like, nah. But then it got to the point where it was like, all right, we gotta get married because it's getting real. Because we already stepping those boundaries. So it's like, yo, bump it. We gotta just get married.
All right. I agree with both of y'all. I think for me, the way I view it is it's not really a woman thing. I feel like it's a you thing. Once you commit to something and you really locked in, I think it makes it, I don't want to say make it easier. Me personally, I was abstinent for like a year and a half.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
But I was dolo though. I didn't even put myself in a situation to get crazy. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. How could it be that, you know, could you really be with somebody and say, nah, I'm not doing it, right? Like, we good. Because for me, I had to be complete by myself. Like, I couldn't be around no women. I couldn't, not saying I was wilding, but I knew where I was mentally. So I'm like, nah, I'm not. I just
don't even put yourself in position for that to happen.
Exactly. So I never had to make that tough call because I would never even put myself in. So if I know for a fact, like, hey, I'm not trying to be on that type of time, then that means that I'm not going to put myself in a vulnerable situation where I could even slip up and be like, nah, like I'm going to just do it. You know what I mean? Bump it. It is what it is. Yeah. But at the same time, you single. So it's like, it's going to be one of the things with him where he going to either have to just fully indulge, where it's like, I don't really care what the woman say, what the woman do. Yeah. I'm not doing this. Like, no matter what, this is where I'm standing with it.
Yeah, you will have to make a choice beforehand because right now you're basically like, yeah, I don't know. You playing, I mean.
Nah, but Peep G though, that's why I'm saying it's a relationship for marriage. I'm pursuing marriage.
Yeah.
I'm not entertaining no female just to entertain a female. I'm past that. Okay. So for me personally, it's the goal is marriage, that covenant, that commitment. So whoever, if I start talking, we just dating, get to know you. In the first 14 days, I'm gonna really know if I'm gonna just go past, if we're gonna pursue further. We're gonna be talking, texting on the phone here and there. I'm gonna see you like every weekend, minimum, depending on work schedule, whatever. So it's not like we're gonna be dating a long period of time and then I don't waste it a year and a half. Like, I'm not doing none of that.
All right. So let's talk about marriage in this aspect. How long your parents been married?
My parents been married for 36 years.
36 years. That's longer than we've all been living. Individually. I'm 31. I'm 30. I'm sorry. They're 31. They're old.
I'm 30. Don't disrespect.
You're 31 December 2nd. He's 31.
Oh, I'm still 30.
Okay. Anyway, like I was saying.
So lie.
All right. Anyway, so you seen 36 years of faithful marriage, right? How do you view marriage as a whole? Because I'm gonna be honest, you're a rare commodity right now. There's not many men at this age who don't have kids.
That's
not
true.
Divorced, not something. I know that sounds crazy, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So how do you view marriage as a whole?
Oh, marriage is sacred. I don't believe in divorce.
What if she cheat on you?
Then I believe in divorce.
Thank you. Thank you. I second that notion. Go ahead.
But honestly, I feel like I'm gonna see the signs. I'm gonna get up out of here. Well, really, to be honest, if we're married, I really believe she's not gonna cheat on me because
that's a fact.
I pride myself on not slipping up. Like I believe when a man or female cheat on their husband or wife, is because one, there's some lack going on.
Mm-hmm.
Two, the communication has dwindled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then 3, from jump, you wasn't fully 100% committed, dedicated, and determined to keep this going.
Mm-hmm.
So you really didn't respect the covenant from the jump.
Okay. So Enoch said if his wife cheats on him, he's staying.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
Oh, no. I said it wouldn't.
He wouldn't be so quick to leave.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be so quick to just jump out and leave, but it's hard for me to even envision that because I feel like if a woman cheats, leave, or anything that, it's the man's fault. So I would have to look at me. What did I do wrong? And if I could say I did nothing wrong, then it's like, all right. But if I had played a part,
if you did nothing wrong, what you gonna do? You gonna stay?
Nah. But if I played a part in her cheating and violating this covenant, then I'm gonna have to really look into the relationship. See, but I'm not saying I feel like that's the only, because I agree with divorce when somebody cheats. Like that's biblical. It literally says that. Like if
violate
infidelity, it's okay in God's eyes to have a divorce. Mm-hmm. But I understand in certain situations with other people where they're married and then somebody cheated and they didn't have a divorce and they end up getting through it and they end up having a blissful marriage further on. How can you say, they should have left when they were able to get through it?
Okay.
That's why I said one of the dynamics is the communication dwindled. Because if she starts slacking in certain areas, I'm gonna verbalize that. If I start slacking, I expect her to verbalize that. Always communicate. So everything is decision. You made a thought. You made a conscious decision. I'm gonna go hit the next one.
Yeah, that's what I felt, because I see like marriage as a higher level. So you should at least put the effort to see, like, is this repairable? In dating, if you date, like, we out, like, I can't do this. But in marriage, it's such a higher level. If it can be fixed, I feel like you should try to fix it.
Now, for me, once you cheat, it can't be fixed. That's me personally.
I feel you on that.
I'm the same way.
I feel you on that.
If somebody, they get cheated on, and in their marriage, they stick it out, I would tell you.
Yeah.
I just know me personally.
I feel you on that. Yeah.
So what you saying, with that being said, could it be reversed too? Like, let's say the guy cheats, and then the woman, she feels the same way. Like, maybe it was something I did. Like, does that apply as well? Because you said it would be the guy's fault. So
it's different. I would say it's different.
No, he said it was reversed. Like he said if a woman cheats, it would be
for me. If my wife cheat, I was like, it was my fault.
It was something. So what I'm saying is, let's say if it was reversed, if you cheat, would it be your wife's fault?
No, it'd still be 100% my fault. It's always a man's fault in my eyes. Some people don't agree with that. I said that at the barbershop one time. I'm like, yo, if the relationship don't work no more, it's your fault. And it was like, why you take all the burden? I'm like, as a man, that's just how I feel. Like, if anything is ruining this relationship, it's my fault. If she leave, it's my fault. If I leave, it's my fault. That's just how I feel.
I understand you saying that coming from the mindset of the man is the head of the household.
Yeah.
I understand that. But
yeah.
I don't agree that it's 100% the man's fault all the way. Like I said, it's a conscious decision.
Did you pick her?
We both are mature adults.
So. Did you pick her?
Okay.
Yeah. I chose her as my wife. Okay. So if she leave, it's my fault because I picked her.
But at the same time, I chose her.
Yeah.
And I chose her because she's mature. She uses her brain before she's not.
Obviously, she don't.
Nah, you do. You can't say, no female can say, oh, I fell on the dick. No man can say, oh, I fell in the twat. Like, you can't say that. Oh, by accident. Oh, I tripped and
fell into your bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a conscious decision, and also when when you married, you know it's going to cross your mind like, yo, you violating.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
you're not numb to it.
I'm gonna play devil's, what is it? Devil's advocate, whatever. I don't like to say devil's advocate.
Yeah, I don't know.
Devil's advocate, right? So what you're saying, I agree with. Mm-hmm. And I only say this is why, right? I agree with both of you, but I'm gonna say why I agree with E first. Because as the man, if your wife is wandering, right, her mind is wandering, you're supposed to be that vessel that keeps her focus, right? And it really doesn't matter. I mean, I don't say it doesn't matter, but you have to study your wife to understand her patterns. Yeah. And then you'll know when she's not focused on a specific area. And if you if you address that from the beginning, then those leaving scenarios, those cheating scenarios, they don't even come about. But a man who's not locked in on his family and locked in on his wife, a lot of those signs they miss because you're not focused on what you need to be focused on. Yeah. So realistically, what you're saying, and that's why I agree with it, because if you were locked into your family, you would understand the volumes of your family. Like a lot of times,
you'd be able to catch it.
Exactly. A lot of times men don't realize like everything is through patterns and rhythms. You feel it. Like you know your woman's rhythm, right? So you could feel when she's out of rhythm. Yeah. It just is what it is. And then you could address it for what it is. Now, on the other side, I do agree with what you're saying too, Faye, because I'm a big accountability person. So if a woman makes a decision, emotionally or whatever reason, it's still her decision. Yeah. Right? You can say like she could leave, but at the same time, it's like, remember, you're choosing to leave. That is 100% you. You're picking your feet up, you're walking out the door, and you're saying this is done. But if I had to go percentage-wise, I would probably go 90% men, 10% women. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
As long as you're giving some percentage to the
female. Yeah. You gotta give it some
100% to the men.
No.
I agree with that.
Because I know of situations where the man was about his wife, family, but for some reason, homeboy at the job, she just, it was attraction. Like you said, you always say it, cheating is the first thought, which I agree with. Yeah. So she could just at the job like, oh nah, I like his body or something about him. Yeah.
But hold on. So let me ask you then, whose fault is it then? If your wife stopped liking, no, hold on. If your wife look at your body and it's trash,
no, I'm not saying.
And she like, yo, what?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying in that situation she looking at you like, yo, you fell off. I'm saying
you up to par.
You on point.
Okay.
And she just other got the job that she's seeing 40 hours a week. He on point. She just interested, and she make a choice to go sleep with him. She violated.
All right, so with that being said, though, right? If you laying it down, then she only worried about you. Like, that's yo, when I get home, he about to put it down.
That's a fact.
So this,
I agree with you, but right now I'm speaking generally. I'm not talking about personally.
No, we know that.
I know in general.
Generally, hypothetically, like in situations where
she was already wandering before she got there.
Facts.
Right, mentally.
Mentally, she was already wandering before she got there.
Okay, I agree with that. I feel like if you hitting on all cylinders, bedroom, the gym, financially providing, protecting, you do everything you're supposed to do. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, you hitting on all cylinders.
It's hard.
She's not gonna waver.
Exactly. It's hard for them to even really pay attention to other guys just because they won't measure up to what you're providing for her.
Exactly.
She's not gonna be crazy.
But that, in a way, now we're talking about, it might be 100% of guys' fault. Now that I'm really thinking about, like, hold on a second. Now it really might be 100% of guys' fault.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm really thinking about, like, all right, so if a woman was to, all right, I can only speak from obviously my marriage, right? So my wife is gangster. She's not a punk, right? So there's certain standards that she has that don't allow me to fall off, right? Like there's just certain things she don't do it on purpose. It's just her personality.
Yeah.
Right. So I always got to be on point, and I'm okay with that. Right. But because I study her rhythms, I know when I need to step in and be like, yo, you bugging.
Exactly.
I know when to step out and be like, man, you're gonna figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
Or you need to speak up, whatever it is. So for a woman to actually take the initiative to go pursue another guy, the man has to be lacking something. Even though it's a decision. I agree.
Exactly. That's
Because
what I'm saying.
I agree. At some point,
you're lacking.
You lacking in the category, but still, we're all mature adults.
That's true. And the covenant part. The covenant plays a big part.
If you respect the covenant, that's respect true. God, you respect me, you're going to communicate. Like, yo, you slacking.
True. Yeah. Hold on.
A real man is not going to
take it offensive.
Feel attacked.
Yeah.
Fight back. He going to take it, recognize, oh, I am slacking, and get on his A game. I feel like
I agree with that.
But even still, whether it takes long for him to get back on point, for her to get in another man's bed or telly, whatever, it's still a conscious decision.
That's true. But what I was about to say is, with that being said, with all of that, right? This is why when you're picking a spouse, it's important that your spouse loves morals and concepts more than they love you.
Yeah.
Right? Because even if you lack in a certain area, that's not the green light to go pick up and go violate the covenant, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times we always speak about how, y'all are my friends, right? I love my covenant. My wife is my friend, right? Realistically. So I love principles and morals to a point where it doesn't leave room for, I don't want to say
mistakes, failures.
Yeah, but matter of fact, slip-ups. That's the best way to put it, right? The way I view covenant is the same way I view morals and principles and all of those, concepts. So what it does is it puts you on a certain rhythm and a pedestal, not in other people's mind, but more so in your own mind, where it's like, I'm not going to mess up this right here. Like, I'm not going to break this loyalty covenant, and I'm going to spread it across the board. I'm not going to break this, respect covenant. It's across the board. I think when cheating happens, it's because people love themselves more than they love the morals that they live by.
Because it's a selfish act.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, it is a decision. But I think as men, one day he gonna find a wife when he's 50, and when he does, he gonna see like the responsibility of the man is so much more. I feel like when I got married, I realized how much more mental it was.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's more of a mental test than anything else.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it's really
different. It's different. Your mentality, you got to be on point. That's why we always talk about, like, as a man, you got to constantly be working on your mind every day. Because think about it. For a woman to be able to cheat, you lacking in the area. The reason you lacking in the area because you're not constantly in tune with everything that's going on.
True.
So you can't even, sometimes you have too much pride to be like, oh, nah, I'm not. Everything all right. But if you're constantly working yourself, you be like, I need to do better than that. Like, I could tell I'm not complimenting her like I should be. Or certain things like that. You can catch it. But if you like very prideful and like, yo, I do what I got to do at the crib. Like, she ain't going nowhere. I can say my wife not going anywhere because of what I put in, what I do.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it because I'm just that dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I put the work in.
Yeah. Nah, I agree with that.
At the same time, I agree with you 100%, but I feel like at the same time, she got to communicate that. Like, she's supposed to communicate.
Yeah.
Because a man could slip up and think, oh, no, I'm still good. Everything is good. And once she communicated, then he'll see like, oh, everything is not good, or it's not up to par. Like, it could be good, but it's not up to the standard he once had it at.
And I like that.
And then once she verbalize it, he stepped back.
That's why in a relationship, communication is big.
It's key. I'm real big on that.
Yeah.
All right. So you seen the 36-year marriage going on 37 in a lifetime, because they're not going. His parents are never breaking up.
Right.
So let me ask you, when you finally take that next step and really, make that full commitment, what is going to be the first thing you change to go into that realm.
What you mean? Elaborate.
All right. So, for example, right, you have a perspective of what you think marriage is going to be like, what your wife is going to be like. We all have these expectations, right? So there's expectations and then there's actual reality. So through the reality process, right, you have to adjust your way of, not your morals, but you have to adjust your approach. So I'll give you an example, right? Sometimes I'll ask Enoch, like, yo, what we do to each other? But I mainly ask because I when I say things, I'm very, kind of cutthroat, right? So that doesn't work with my wife the way I would want it to.
Yeah.
So I would tell him like, yo, how you think I should word this? To make it softer. Yeah. Right. So that for me, it was I had to change my communication style to fit my wife's needs, to help her be able to feel comfortable to communicate with me and me get my point across without it being, so attackful. Right. So that was me checking my ego at the door. Because to me, I'm like, nah, you're supposed to say it how it is. Yeah. But that's not the case when it comes to your wife. Yeah. So what is going to be one of those things you feel like you're going to have to check at the door before you get there? Because we had to learn it through trial and error. So what we try to do is tell people to prepare for it. So what's one of those things you're going to have to check? I mean, I have one in my head, but we're going to see. I'm going to see what you say. Just because I know you. No. Go ahead. Say it. I ain't giving you no ideas. Go ahead. Because his mind right now. He's like, I don't got to check nothing.
Nah. Now, side note, why you think about it? I'm going to give you a second to think about it. Side note, but that's why it's important to have friends that you can have those conversations with. Bro. Like, I feel like we balance each other out because certain things that I need to be stronger on, you can tell me like, yo, nah, you need to be more firm on this. Fact. And certain things that you're a little too firm on, you be like, yo, how do I'd be like, nah, you need to be a little more light on that. I don't feel like that's why it's important to build a relationship with people that don't think exactly how you think. Yep. But they're on the same trajectory of where you're trying to go.
The same moral train. Exactly. Because it's never personal. Like when you bring things to me or you tell me something, it's never personal. And it's vice versa. Like it's never a personal attack against me or you. Even when I talk to Faith, like it's never like I talk to y'all because I know it's never gonna turn into a personal vendetta or whatever it is men go ego measuring contest. It's always just genuine, like, nah, I just want the best for you. So whatever. But anyway, so what are you gonna need to change?
Fact. What you gonna say? My procrastination?
No. I'm not saying nothing. Go ahead.
See what it is lately? I've been really examining myself, making sure I'm on point. With this shutdown, I've been making sure. So, like for example, I talk very blunt, and my
like telling the girl she look ugly with what she wearing.
See, I'm not going now. Back in the day, I was very blunt, like, yo, that's trash. You're bugging.
Yeah.
But I had a female where she was like, yo, you got to talk to me with love. She used to say that to me. I was just very, and then some people feel like I talk very aggressive.
Like I talk wild New York, OD New York.
Yeah, like I talk rough. Like, I don't think I do, but with a female, I can see it. With men, I don't see it.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not gonna lie.
With a man, I'm not caring about it.
Nah, that's a fact.
That don't matter.
Changing my
this is strictly for women. This is strictly for women.
Fact.
Then you're gonna get it how it come out, how you feel, whatever.
I had to learn, like, if it's a lady, we talking, we on that type of time, I gotta finesse it to where it's sweet. It's not vinegar, it's honey. So I learned that, but and then I've been working on my patience. So
definitely need that.
I don't know. I would have
definitely need that.
I'll have to really think about it.
All right, fine. I'll tell him. All right, so he operate under this. Yo, this my house, my rules. Like that. He's one of those. He's one of those. It's my house, my rules. Whew. So off the rip, the minute somebody says that to me and they're not married, I'm like, you got to change that.
Oh yeah, you bugging, and especially you claim you want a strong woman.
Oh goodness.
But no, I understand that this is our house. Like, I understand that concept. Like when you have your wife there, your girl, It's a
no,
we,
no,
it's a
not
we
your,
thing.
not your girl, your wife.
Right. When
We
your wife,
specifically marriage.
right?
Yes.
For marriage, it's a we thing. I understand that, so I wouldn't be on that same type of time. Because I've seen it backfire in marriages.
All right, like I said, that's something that's deep rooted in him.
But I don't force that. Like if I'm entertaining a female, she come over. I'm not.
No. We're not talking about your little fling things. We're not talking about your little.
So how it?
Listen,
how you feel like I need to change it if I'm not? I've never been married, so
you already have the mindset though.
Exactly. That's what we say. You got it. This is all right. Put it like this: when you have that type of philosophy or that ideology, whereas my house, my rules, nobody gonna tell me what to do in my house. That right then and there.
Yeah.
You're overpowering your wife instead of empowering your wife. Right. So when we the reason why we don't. All right. So before I even go into that, how do you feel about finances with you? Because we always talk about this too, the financing. How you feel about finance when it comes to your spouse? Like how's that gonna flow?
Like joint account?
Just period. Money. How does money work?
Oh, it's ours.
Okay, so but how do you show that it's ours? Like what is your it's the difference between saying it's ours and actually it really being ours.
Oh, if she want a joint account, we got a joint account or
So you're willing to go joint account, direct pay, every paycheck every 2 weeks goes into this account. You manage the money. All our money goes to one account. You're cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right, cool. So I respect that. That's a good.
But at the same time, if let's say we have a joint account and she has a personal account,
You're not opposed to that?
I'm not opposed to that.
No, I'm not opposed to that either.
Because in my mind, the man is a provider. So
the
bills in the house, the car, and everything, I'm taking care of that. So if she just got a little petty cash for her spending, whatever she want to do.
If she got a job, we always say this. Even if your woman got a job, that's for her. That's for her to do what she wants. It's your job to take care of the crib, pay the bills, let it be known, babe. I got this. Don't worry about it. If I got zero, if I spend all my bread and I paid all my bills, and my wife don't got to come out of pocket for nothing, I'm cool with that. I can live with that.
Facts. That's a fact.
I'm sleeping like a king. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm sleeping like a king because I did my job. But besides that, so
but to say what you about the whole my house, my rules.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm single. Like I understand when you're married. I really do understand the concept.
But when you're married, it's your house.
No, it's our house.
But I'm saying, if you have the mindset before you get married, that mindset is gonna leak into the marriage.
I don't agree with that.
You don't think so?
Because me personally, in a generalized sense, I feel like in some situations 50-50, yes, it will happen.
Yeah.
But for me, because I really understand and embrace the marriage covenant concept principle, it's not gonna. For example, me and James had a conversation a while back, and he don't hang out with men that cheat.
You know the vibes, right? Y'all know what's up.
So
y'all know what's up.
I respect that 1,000%. Me, if you a man that cheat, and let's say we work out together. Well, let's say we play ball together every weekend or every Wednesday and Saturday. We link up at a gym with a bunch of guys. We play ball, so we have a rapport to an extent. I'm not going to stop playing ball with those guys because most of them cheat.
That's different.
But he feel like
you can't even play ball with them.
Yeah, he said it's too much interaction. Like that's twice a week for 3-4 hours a day. Like you playing ball with them, it's going to rub off. Now, me personally,
it's not going to rub off, but I'm gonna be honest. Go ahead.
So, because of the conversation that's going to happen around, I get.
Hold on, let him go. Go ahead.
So that's his take on. He feel like, nah, I'm cutting that off. Like,
yeah,
I catch you in traffic, I'll say what up, keep it cool.
Yeah, okay.
But I can't play ball with y'all no more because y'all wilding. Now, me personally, I'll keep playing ball because for me, I've never cheated on a female. So, and I have the strong power mentality. Like, that's what you do. I don't agree with it. You know I don't agree with it. Cool.
Yeah.
That's you over there. And I said to him, because that's his past, like that was a temptation for him. I understand, and I feel like he has to not associate with it at all. But if
he's never cheated on nobody.
I've never cheated. I never cheated.
I feel the same way.
For me, it's not a temptation. It's not like another female.
Hold on. When you say temptation, what you mean temptation? Like it's gonna I'm gonna revert back to my old ways.
For some people, no, not you.
What you mean? I'm gonna revert back to?
No. But I'm not saying that. But you never put yourself in a position for a female to even try to entice you.
Facts.
Yeah,
that's clip.
So, what for me is like it's not an enticement at all. Like,
all right, so this is how I feel about that. You're right, but the reason why I don't affiliate with him at all is because number one, I think you're a bozo. All right, that's what it is. I think you're the bottom of the barrel, scum buckets, garbage, and I really don't care how you take it. Any man that violate his family, kick rocks, no shoes.
Nah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? And y'all can take it how you want it. I listen. Yeah. Nobody look, I'm big on this. You don't have to agree with me. I don't care. We're not friends. I have friends. You see them. That's it. Right? I'm not here to be friends with everybody.
I agree with him because I have the same mindset in the sense of if you could violate your wife and kids, it's no hesitation for you to violate.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
But simultaneously, I'm not going to indulge more of anything with you, business or anything. Because we coming to play ball.
Yeah,
you can't violate me in a cheating or disrespectful way playing ball. The most you could do is if you're sensitive, a foul call, now you want to fight. But I don't play ball with people that it's a physical sport. I don't play basketball with people that soft.
Yeah, I just don't want to be around you. That's it.
Nah, I feel you.
I just rather not be around. I mean, it's cool. Like listen, a lot of people say I'm wrong for that. Matter of fact, Chelsea said it the other day. She's like, no, that's too much, whatever. But girls and guys, I just feel like, you're just a bozo. That's it. And I don't associate with bozos. You know what I mean? You got to really search to find eagles. You can find pigeons, walking around the street.
That's
me, I choose not to walk around the street.
That's a fact.
And if people take that offensive, okay.
And at the end of the day, like for me, if I have a friend that has that type of standard, and I say, nah, I can't be friends with him because if I cheat, he's not gonna be my friend. That's a good thing. That's like I have a friend that holds me to that high standard so that I can be better. Why would that upset you that somebody doesn't want to be friends with you if you're a cheater? Like I don't get it. That's like, dang, you holding me to that high regards? Dang, I respect it.
Nah, it ain't like that around these parts.
Nah, their mentality is different. That's the only reason. That's the only their mentality. They're not there yet. They're not at that level of maturity.
Okay, I think people get offended. I wrote this the other day, but I think you should set your morals so high that it offends people. Like I'm at the point now where I think I'm taking like compliments to the points when people like, who you think you are for thinking like that? Well, if you really want to know, I'm starting to take that as a compliment. I'm gonna be honest. At first, I took it a little offensive, but now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? It's actually a pretty empowering thing to say about who you think you are. Like, I am. I'm up there. My mind frame is up there. I hold myself to that.
Yeah,
I'm cool with it. And whether you're cool with it or not really has nothing to do with me.
It's a fact.
It's a testament to who you are. But we didn't mean to go on a cheating rant. You know what I mean?
I still have to say, basically, my house, my rules. Now that applies across the 1,000%. You're in my crib. I don't want your sneakers on my carpet. Take them off at the door.
It is what it is. I respect it.
But once I'm married, it's not.
As long as you're willing to change that when you get married.
Right. I already know going in.
Oh, all right. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
We speaking French.
All right. So cool. So we here. You know what I'm saying? You got your wife, right? We just talking hypothetical now. You know what I mean? But you get your wife. What is going to be, I'll give you two questions. How do you think you're going to propose? And what is going to be one principle that you live by in your marriage that you feel like will guarantee success? So what is your proposal? Like, how do you envision your proposal? And what is the one principle? Because Enoch had one, I had one. I was just different, I think. But I'm going to see what he say.
Yeah.
Like, what is that one principle that guarantees success in a marriage, and how are you going to propose? So let's start with the proposal first.
Make it nice, and that was so good.
I mean, honestly, how I'm gonna propose, it changes. The reason why it changes because sometimes I had once I had an idea I'm gonna propose on her birthday with this big idea, but then I'll see a different idea, a different way somebody proposed, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna incorporate that. When I see different things that's creative, that's nice, it'll influence how I'm gonna propose. So I don't have a set 100% guaranteed this is how I'm going to do it verbatim yet.
Okay. At least you're thinking about it. That's a good thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's thinking about, he ain't got a girl yet, like.
But I know female, those type of things. It's certain events in women's lives.
Yeah,
they really look forward.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like you can't take lightly, or they're gonna look at you different.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's the principle that you feel like will guarantee success in a marriage?
Both of us keeping God first, and if we're aligning ourselves with God, His laws, commandments, everything. If we're doing that, that's first on the list. Everything will fall in line.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't know how to follow that up. Only because I was gonna say, you said keep God first. You know, my favorite question when people like, oh, I love God, or I keep God first. Yeah. You know, the next question I always ask, how do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
He answered it. He
answered it. It was, I respect that.
If you do that, everything gonna fall in line in its proper place.
Okay, so with that though, right? One more. If that's the case, right, and y'all both on that type of path, is it a joint effort or is it an individual effort?
It's individual in your sense, your relationship with God.
Okay.
But then it's joint because we both respect the covenant of marriage and we love each other. So it's joint and individual.
All right.
In that sense.
Yes, sir.
I mean, he pretty much covered it. Okay. Real quick, what was yours? What was
it's pretty much the same.
Okay. Yeah. Mine was, I remember, I thought you said love. I think I said respect. And then we kind of had a little thing, but it's all
love
falls in line with that.
Yeah, it falls in line. That's why.
Yeah.
Because for women, they got to be loved.
Yeah.
For a man, it's respect.
That's true. All right, yo, listen, man.
All right, it's gonna start a whole nother conversation.
What? No, what you gonna say?
You want to ask you what is it about the respect thing for a man?
No, I'm saying, like, what if I respect you but I don't love you?
A female respects the man but don't love the man?
Yeah.
She's not gonna say yes when you get on one knee.
No, you saying respect is big, but I'm saying if I love you, I'm gonna respect you. If I respect you, that don't mean I have to love you.
I understand in a general sense.
Yeah.
But we're talking about marriage.
I think
you're gonna if you don't respect me, you're not gonna love me.
Hold on. I got that real quick though. So so this is a good point to make then, because respect for women, I feel like to earn a woman's respect, it take a lot of work.
Yeah.
And through your effort to earn respect by doing the right things, I feel like that's how they fall in love with you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's why I was saying the respecting, just because it takes I always look at women like, yo, if a woman say, yo, I respect this man, you put some work in, dog.
That's true. That's true.
Because women are very slow to give respect to men, you know, period, across the board. Because a lot of times they dealing with daddy issues, or even if they didn't have daddies, let's say they got a great dad. Now they comparing you to their father, which you might not even hold up to those high regards. So I think that's why I'm more on the respect.
Yeah. If you say it in that sense, then I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's a fact. I like that. Yo, my boy 31, single. Hopefully on the next 5 years, somebody will come around. We could introduce her to the family.
Yes,
you know, sir. I won't hold my breath. Yo, E, you got to leave. You leave the people with something.
Y'all already know. In these relationships, gonna be ups and downs. Fabe's already on it. He know my motto: keep God before anything. You be all right.
Man, strive for perfection. Even if you fall short, you're still gonna be excellent. Other than that, single man, part 1. We got 2 coming next week. We'll holler at y'all later.
Yep.